Arsenal rattled Tottenham and the rest of the Premier League. Over the course of this match, before the Arsenal went against Tottenham, there were lots of bigging up for Tottenham. The media space, we were all speculating that the match against Tottenham would be the match that we would be properly annihilated from the title race, saying that we have dropped points and this is the period when Arsenal drop points. I'm even beginning to get tired of this narrative of this is where Arsenal drop points. Some persons will say Arsenal drop points by December. When Arsenal don't drop points by November, they move it to Arsenal drop points by January. When Arsenal don't drop points by January, they say no, it's February. Arsenal drop points. And after underwhelming performance against Wolves, there were lots of bigging up for other teams, bigging up for Tottenham, saying that Tottenham would be the team that will properly annihilate us and kill our title hopes. And when Arsenal won, they changed the narrative. This is what a Man City fan tweeted on X. He said, brilliant corruption. Man City fan accusing Arsenal for corruption. Gabriel can climb on Haaland's back like he's climbing wall. As a climbing wall. But when someone touches him, he jumps to the ground and gets Spurs goal ruled out. Shocking. It's very hypocritical coming from a Man City fan. Bernardo Silva was on yellow card against Newcastle and he absolutely ran to take out Dan Bond to the floor against a game against Newcastle, and he was not given a second yellow card. And this real talk Manchester City person did not tweet about the brilliant corruption by City, and now he wants to talk about Arsenal and being corrupt. It's very, very ironic coming from a Man City fan. And trust Gabriel now, he never backs down from a fight. He was quick to post on Instagram and he tagged Richarlison. I don't understand why Richarlison is always against his own Brazilian brother. He looks irritated when he's around Gabriel. And Gabriel posted a very brilliant picture with a card showing the fall and his previous man of the match award given to him, and trust the entire Premier League. They came for him. Lots of pathetic replies and tweets on this picture. And the most ironic one of these persons that cannot stand Arsenal's success, he said, is an ex-Premier League player called Chris Hutton. That guy, Chris Hutton, is an attacker. Guy, I don't want to slander him. He tweeted this. He tweeted this in concern of Arsenal players celebrating after our victory against Tottenham. He said, slightly concerned with the over-celebrating from the Arsenal players. Celebrate at the end of the season when you have won the title. I don't know if you watched the Manchester City versus Newcastle game. When they won that game, you could see the way they were celebrating. At that game, they did not win that game like they blew away Newcastle. It was a scrappy win. Cool. It's not as if I'm downplaying that victory. It's a good victory against Newcastle. But you could see them celebrating their victory. But when Arsenal, and there was no tweets, there was no slandering, there was no banter on why City celebrated and how they celebrated. When Arsenal celebrates our North London derby against Tottenham, it's now called over-celebrating. After this, I saw this tweet, I actually went back to watch the game again and watch especially the end in the celebration. And I was trying to look for what prompted this kind of tweet. But what I could see is pure hatred. Especially from those who did not even win anything. Because Sutton did not win any major title in England. But it's quick. I feel I now understand where it's coming from. It's coming from a place of hate, because actually, if he did not win something, he doesn't know how to celebrate. Understand? But I find it very painful, because I believe that the Premier League is not a sprint. Premier League is a marathon, and each milestone should be celebrated. If you are holding your celebration, if you are holding back your celebration till when you have won something at the end of the season, then there's no point playing football. It's a beautiful game. It's a game that brings joy. And when you win a game, you should celebrate your victory. You understand? And this is some of those things I was talking about. The Kara is trying to listen to the public opinion. Listen to the public opinion saying that the Arsenal players should put their head down and get on with the game and not celebrate and celebrate. And 36 seconds later, he himself cost us a goal. Now, I want you to look at this scenario. Imagine if you are carrying crate of eggs, or not crate of eggs, let's say a large number of glass cups, and you're taking them to the kitchen from the living room. Naturally, you would take them there safely. But I want you to listen to get a scenario when persons are around you saying you will drop them, or careful, don't drop them, don't drop them. Immediately you are too cautious. There's a tendency that you miss your steps and probably break them. You understand? So when precaution measures are repeated, you understand, or are kept in the heart, like I don't want to fail, 9 out of 10 times there's a chance that you would fail. You understand? So I just encourage Jacariah to shut his ear to the public opinion and get on with this game. And for you, Chris Hutton, during your Aston Villa days, it is terrible. 1 goal as a striker. Your Blackburn days, your Waxham days. You understand? Even as a manager, you did not succeed. You did not win trophies. And you are here trying to tell Arsenal to keep calm when they win something. Did you win something, Chris Hutton? Didn't you celebrate? Didn't you celebrate when you won games? Or during your Norwich days, your playing days as a Norwich striker, didn't you celebrate your goals when you score? Did you win the ISO scorer? Did you wait to win the ISO scorer? I find this pathetic, especially from failed players like Chris Hutton coming out to slander Arsenal, the Arsenal players. But it is what it is. It is what it is. And also, I stumbled upon this Gary Neville's comment he made on the Arsenal during the game. Just listen to what Gary Neville has to say.
The one that advised him how to do it. Timber. Gyökeres! What a hit! Victor Gyökeres has come up with a spear of a strike for Arsenal. And right at the start of the second half, they lead the derby again. They don't want to be over-celebrating that. Get back. Concentrate on your job. But I have said that I think he looks really lively and sharp in this game, Gyökeres.
Now, what does it mean by you don't want to be over-celebrating? Get back. Like, why so much celebration police on the Arsenal? Like, it's not as if the goal he scored was Arsenal were trailing by 2 goals, and Gyökeres scored a goal, and Arsenal need another goal to win the game. This is the goal that puts us in the winning position. But you don't want to celebrate, you don't want them to over-celebrate. How does someone over-celebrate in the Premier League? How? I don't get. Is it just the Arsenal that when Arsenal score goals, you don't want us to celebrate? You don't want Arsenal to celebrate, you just want them to just keep walking. This is pathetic. I don't really get, where is this coming from? My God. An interesting part of everything is Manchester United played yesterday, and brilliant goal by Benjamin Sesko, and they were winning 1-0 by the 70-something minutes or so. I did not hear Gary Neville say, you don't over-celebrate in Manchester United, let's get back and win this game. I was in the midst of so many Manchester United fans yesterday, and when Manchester United scored, they all screamed for joy. And never for once did you hear the pundits, never for once did you hear the commentators making statement of you don't want to be celebrating. Manchester United is portraying they're vying for the Champions League position. You understand? And they scored by I think 72 minutes or so. They still had like pretty much like 15 minutes to play in. And you did not hear don't over celebrating, put your head in the game, don't concede. But why is it that when the Arsenal scores, there's always this critique of how we celebrate? It's pathetic. It's not like you don't want Arsenal to celebrate. I find it very, very irritating. I've seen so many managers celebrating goals this season. I have seen so many players going as far as pulling their shirts to celebrate goals this season. I've seen players that scored a goal as on a yellow card, put his shirt and got a second yellow card and got a red card this season. You understand? And I'm not assuming, I'm saying this as a fact. There is an agenda against the Arsenal. There is a motive behind the Arsenal, and the public space is not happy with the recent success of Arsenal, and they are feeding off Arsenal bottling the league as a narrative. And now the latest agenda right now is Arsenal must beat City at the Etihad if they must win the league. How hypocritical can you guys be? I've watched City win the league under Pep 6 times, and he has never. This season was the first time Pep won at Anfield. Get it straight. Pep has won 6 Premier League titles in England, and out of the 6, I think 4 he was up against Liverpool and Manchester United. Note, Pep never won at Old Trafford, and Pep never won at Anfield. And he was not measured by the success, or he was not measured by his defeats in his closest rivals' home. But right now, there was a narrative of it has to be Arsenal must beat Tottenham if they are ready. We've defeated Tottenham. Now they've moved the table to Arsenal must beat City if they must be champions. It's pathetic. I've seen pundits, not just pundits, world-class pundits, saying when Arsenal was 6 points clear, saying when Arsenal win the league, Arsenal will be the worst team to win the Champions League, to win the Premier League. And right now, when it's 2 points, that narrative has changed. What is it that Arsenal does that rattles our opponents, that rattles the rest of the Premier League? Do well to drop it in the comment section. This is the Arsenal Corner, brought to you by King James Mindset, and I'm saying peace.